Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Type 35 build. The car is still looking pretty awesome with its tires and headlights fitted. Actually, it doesn't look like anything's been done at all. It still looks exactly the same. Like you could just hop in and drive it off. And you almost can now because the car's got seats. Well, seat bottoms at any rate. And seats are obviously a measuring stick of a car's evolution. When you can sit in it and make engine noises, that means the car's almost done. So, over the top of the two aft center crossmember tubes, I assembled a steel frame to support a pair of wooden seat bases, with the passenger side having been set in place. The framework is 1x1 eighth wall steel, and joining the seat frames together is a pair of 2-inch wide driveshaft loops. Because, let's be honest, no one wants their driveshaft to give them a high five. To reinforce the seat pans and further encircle the shaft, a set of vertical braces connects the upper seat frame to the lower cross members, all welded into place to make everything nice and rigid. The height of the seat frames has been adjusted a little bit from my original plan. I'd originally intended to mount the seat bases even with the bottom of the frame, but after experimenting a bit, I decided to raise the seat bases to the middle of the frame and gain a couple inches of storage under the seats. Oh yeah, the seats will lift out and there'll be about a cubic foot or so of storage under each seat. With the changes in seat pan height, I decided to make the drive shaft loop flat instead of the more typical round, which allows for movement of the shaft while putting the top of the loops level with the top of the frame, so with the seat cushion in place, you'll never see the drive shaft tunnel, which will look very original and deceptively cool. On the subject of drive shafts, the car's actually got one now. It's a 2-inch diameter shaft instead of the more typical 3-inch, which I think is more fitting to the car. Smaller, lighter. If it appears to be running at an upward angle, it's because it is. Because the rear springs are fitted with jack bolts, the ride height will be set once the car's all finished. The shaft will end up nearly straight and with lots more room to travel. The real shame will be covering the rear suspension with a seat back, which is what's eventually going to happen, and it's the reason for the two rearward extensions on the seat frame. They're going to be the inner mounts for the base of the seat back. There'll be a couple more brackets welded to the frame, and the whole backrest will set in under the body. There'll also be a rear bulkhead to support the boat tail as well, but once it's all installed, it's really going to block the view of all this rear suspension goodness. What you will see, though, is the seat bases that, once upholstered, will nudge up real close to the shift tower on the transmission. See if I can get an angle here. It's going to be pretty slick. When you look into the passenger's compartment, the transmission will just disappear into the seat. You have to look at it a little bit fourth dimensionally, but it's going to look awesome. Let's see. What else? I think the increased storage under the seats will be pretty cool too. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to outfit them. Baskets, boxes. I think the car will let me know what it wants when the time comes. For now, I just want to plop the driver's seat base down so I can hop in and make engine noises. Vroom, vroom.